Do you do a little bit of that, trying to hold on to certain memories that are precious to you?
That's an interesting suggestion,
Yeah.
and I may try that. I'm not consciously aware of doing that. I can remember the day my wife walked into my office.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman,
And if you were just
Logan
trying to
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're talking to a terrific author. His name is J. Stewart Schneider, JD, and he has penned a powerful book. It is called An Old Lion Roars at Dementia. In the book, he confronts memory loss with strength, wit, and heart. This compelling memoir offers raw reflections, wisdom, and humanity from a man living with vascular dementia, his final roar against the silence of the disease. In a world where dementia often silences, this book speaks volumes. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at City of Books for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Stewart, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
It's a pleasure and an honor to have you on the show, sir. When did you first receive your diagnosis of vascular dementia?
To the best of my memory, it's about 6 years ago, perhaps. And it was discovered through an X-ray of my brain, which shows the infarcts, which characterizes this sort of dementia. There are little areas, little tiny black dots. It looks like my brain has been shot by a shotgun. And each one of those little dots is an area of my brain that's been deprived of blood and has died. So if you think of your brain as a switchboard, I guess, you would find that each one of those little dots represents a memory that is no longer available to me.
You've been suffering from some memory loss. Is that what prompted the X-ray in the first place?
Yes, sir.
Did it begin as like forgetfulness, that kind of thing?
No, it's odd the way it works, at least in my brain. As we get older, I'm 79. As we get older, we get a little more vague. I think that's just part of normal aging. But what I noticed was a loss of individual memories with almost surgical precision. I was talking to my wife the other day about something that we'd seen a movie about Colorado, and I said, I've always wanted to visit Colorado. And she replied, we did. I have no memory of ever being in Colorado. And it's removed with almost surgical precision, and that's what makes it distinguishable, I think, from simply old age vagueness. The memory is excised with, as I say, surgical precision. Not only do I not recall whatever the memory is, I don't recall ever having that memory.
Is there anything you can do to make it
No.
better? Have the doctors given you any hope as far
No.
as no?
No, it will kill me if something else doesn't first.
Yeah, yeah. How's your short-term memory?
Not much better, I'd have to say. Kathy, my wife, um, keeps me on track, if you will. And make sure that I get to the dentist or wherever it is that I need to get to, because I can't seem to recall these things. Uh, my publisher called me yesterday about this interview, and I knew that I had this interview coming up, but I didn't realize it was the very next day. So had they not done that, I probably wouldn't be here with you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of what you describe is a lot of what seniors go through. Like you said, yours is different because of the precision with which select memories have been excised from your brain, um, which is, unique to this vascular dementia, no doubt. How has your background as a lawyer shaped the way you process and articulate this experience?
I think my background as a lawyer has aided me when I was writing the book in the precision with which I could set out that which is no longer precise to me, um, because I was used to thinking in logical terms. Um, so I think that has helped me get hold of this disease a little more than I might otherwise have done. Uh, that being said, and I just lost that thought just
Yeah.
right there. You just saw it.
Well, you kind of made the point that being a lawyer has helped you process it and
Yeah,
helped you articulate. I'd also imagine being a lawyer strengthened your memory as well because you're reliant upon your memory.
you
So
would think. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But we are all beholden to our blood vessels and our cells and everything that goes on underneath our skin that we often have no control over. Why did you write the book? What did you want people to know about you, know about dementia, and know about your legacy?
I think the major function, the major focus for leading me to write the book is reflected in the title. An old lion, I am that. Roars at dementia. I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
This just was imposed upon me. And my choices are to accept it with courage, or to roar back at it. And I wanted to roar. I wanted to say, no, this has happened to me, but it doesn't mean that I have this dementia, doesn't mean that I'm sitting in a chair staring blankly at a wall. I'm not that. I'm able to still do some reasoning because of the surgical nature of the memory uh, excitement that I've experienced. And I wanted to show that I am still a human being, not an oddity in a chair staring blankly at a wall. I wanted to roar back at it.
I'm glad you're roaring back at it. I'm glad you're fighting with the persistence and the courage of a lion because I think that's needed when tackling this disease or any other disease if the outcome is going to be a positive one. I also feel, like it or not, live long enough, we're all going to suffer some form of dementia,
That's true.
whether it be a little bit or a lot. I mean, people are living older and older nowadays. I mean, my mother-in-law is 94 years old. And she suffers from dementia. She can't remember one thing from the next, but she can remember what happened in 1964 with no problem. So some people have short-term memory problems, some people have long-term memory problems, but it's part of aging. And perhaps science will advance us to the point where, we're able to combat this completely someday. Our fingers are crossed for people like myself who are on the cusp of becoming older people. It's amazing that the human mind is as fragile as it is. It's as recoverable as it is as well. That's
Well
another
said.
part of it as well, right?
Well said.
Yeah, yeah. Have have you come up with any systems that help you, like post-it notes or anything like that, to help you with daily tasks that might be challenging?
I depend entirely on my wife.
Yeah.
Now she's younger than I am by some 9 years,
Mhm.
and she is the most giving and caring human being you could imagine.
Mhm.
And although she didn't sign on for a demented husband, that's what she got. And she makes the best of it. She sees to it that I am where I am supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. And I am prepared for the tasks that life presents me. Um, I was looking through the book earlier today, and it's amazing how little memory I have of any writing, any of the book. Um, and I can see again or read again um, the thought processes that went into writing the book. And it's an optimistic sort of a thing. It says, okay, you were impaired, but you managed to do this. So I guess the other reason for writing the book is to remind me to be grateful for what I have, even though it is lessened than it once was.
There any memories that you work to preserve, perhaps the first meeting of your wife or something like that? Because it seems in a way you might be able to reinforce memories. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
know, it's sort of like telling those family stories when we get together at Thanksgiving. We all tell the same stories over and over again. Half
Yes.
of it's not even remembered anymore. We just remember the story that Uncle Bill told or something.
Yeah.
So, do you do a little bit of that, trying to hold on to certain memories that are precious to you?
That's an interesting suggestion,
Yeah.
and I may try that. I'm not consciously aware of doing that. I can remember the day my wife walked into my office. She was an intern, a college intern, and was going to have a summer job in my office. And I can remember her walking in. I don't remember our first date. Oh gosh, no, I hope she doesn't hear this. Uh, we started going to lunches together, and I can remember those lunches.
Wonderful, wonderful. Like I said, I think if you focus on that, it'll be like reinforcing your memories. I think that's a healthy exercise. I don't know. It's something you could talk to your doctor
I'll
about
try it.
or just try. What's the harm of reliving wonderful old memories, right? That's actually a good place
Exactly.
to be. Yeah, without a doubt. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you today. You do not seem, I know you use the word demented. You don't seem demented at all. You seem
Thank
sharp as a tack. And I think we're all a little demented here and there as we age. I'm sure I'm not as sharp as I was when I was 30 years old either. It's just part of getting older. But the book you've written is wonderful. I think it's going to be a help to a lot of people. Like I said, many, many people are facing dementia today, whether themselves directly or taking care of a loved one. And Stewart has penned a powerful book. It is called An Old Lion Roars at Dementia. It is a brave, unforgettable declaration of life, memory, and meaning. Stewart, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and your wisdom. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time, this time until next time on Spotlight.